Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast, a weekly show where two old guys talk about old games. I'm your bearded host, Tyler, and I have two factoids for this week. Two.
I only have one.
Well, they'll line up. I just promised last week's episode that we recorded so long ago.
So long ago.
For the ages of 16 to 18, I went through several cars.
I believe you've shared a few of your car stories here on this very show.
Did I talk about me flipping my first car?
Mm-hmm.
Then let's not do this segment. We'll move on to other factoids. I knew eventually I was going to start blurring those lines.
Yeah, the one where you told your dad you hit a deer, right?
Right. Yeah. That's the one.
Yep.
All right. Well, in that case...
Cool. Now we both have just one.
Yep. Everyone, not everyone, but most people probably have their top five.
What is that, Tyler?
That is celebrities that, despite the fact you were in a relationship, you were still allowed to have sex with these celebrities as freebies if you ever have the chance.
Oh, my.
So you have to be very exclusive about who these five individuals are.
How often are you allowed to change them? Because I revise mine daily.
Yeah, I think it's fair to edit pretty frequently.
Okay.
Like Ross and Friends, this is not something you want to laminate.
Right.
That's not a good idea. But my top three of my top five have been my top three for some time. My number one has been my number one since I first heard about top five. Until she dies, she'll probably be number one.
That's your wife.
That is my wife. No. I've actually met my number one.
I actually met my wife. You've met her? You met your number one?
I met my number one at Dragon Con. The first year we went to Dragon Con, she was there. I paid $20. Yeah, Carrie Fisher 30 years ago, but I paid $20, got to talk to her for a second, and she gave me a signed headshot. My number one, Charisma Carpenter.
Oh, okay.
Cordelia from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. All right, so, my top five in order. 1, Charisma Carpenter. 2, Kim Kardashian.
Oh, God.
I know, regardless of what you think about her personality, this is strictly a fuck basis. And I think she is built for fucking.
She's built to be fucked.
She is built. She was made just to be fucked.
That I can't argue with.
So, 3, Christina Hendricks.
Okay.
If you can't tell, I'm a fan of breasts. But now I'm going to scoot a little bit. Allison Brie, number 4.
Oh man, that's a good one.
That's
not skewed a whole lot.
Not enormous breasts, but she brings the funny more than she brings the boobs.
Okay. I'm not buying that for a fucking minute.
She brings the funny and the cute. You go funny, cute boobs.
Really?
That's what Allison Brie brings to the table.
Okay.
And number 5, a recent swap out, Anna Kendrick.
Okay. Who'd you swap her out with?
I think I bumped Busy Phillips for her.
Rue McClanahan.
Estelle Getty.
Man, we just bringing the Golden Girls. Tyler and Dave talking about Golden Girls.
It's going to be a good special episode.
Mm-hmm. And I am Dave, your bespectacled host. And I am willing to bet that you are just assuming that I'm going to read my top 5 list. Well, okay. I will then.
Read my gay top 5. Blow you guys' minds.
Yeah, I have actually 3 top 5. One of women, one of men, and then one of just cartoon animals. I don't know. Here's my list. And this order changes almost regularly. It's the same pool. It's just everyone kind of moves around. Except for number 1. Number 1 has, for the longest time, since Career Opportunities, that is the name of the movie that I couldn't remember on Pocky and Rocky, Jennifer Connelly has always been my number 1. And she keeps getting older and she keeps looking better. And then from there, I don't know, they always switch around. I've got Mary Elizabeth Winstead, a comic book artist, Becky Cloonan, I think is lovely, Mary Louise Parker from Weeds, and Daisy Fuentes.
Nice. All right, Daisy Fuentes. Who was Carrie Byron? I remember we talked a lot about Carrie Byron back in the day.
Carrie Byron used to be on my list. And then I stopped watching Mythbusters, so I kind of forgot about it. A side note about lists. I have a little side story. Josh, of Uniracers fame, if you can just go ahead and skip, I'd say the next
45 minutes.
I'm sorry. I have to put you on blast because this story is so fucking funny to me. the night that I dominated Super Hoopla, I believe our listeners may remember, just crushed the Super Hoopla at Dave & Buster's in Nashville. We were on our way back to Paducah. And on the way home, I was riding with Josh of Uniracers fame and his lovely wife, Nicole. On the way, we were talking about top 5 lists. And the question came up, Josh, who's your top 5? Josh didn't really have a top 5. So we kind of had to help him come up with a top 5 on the road. So I asked Josh, who do you like? What do you think? What are you thinking? And he says, well, what's the name of the girl from the Hunger Games? Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, that's right. She's on there. Okay. And actually, I made a Woody Allen joke too, but we'll just keep that out. Well, who else do you think would be on there, Josh? Who is that girl who was Mystique in X-Men? Josh, I'm pretty sure that was also Jennifer Lawrence. Should we go ahead and just put her on the list twice?
Fun. Who's that girl from Silver Linings Playbook?
And that's as far as we got. Josh's top 5 is Jennifer Lawrence, followed closely by Jennifer Lawrence. So Jennifer Lawrence, if you're listening, and we know you are, give us a call.
She's from Kentucky. She's from Louisville. There's a small chance.
If anyone out there is listening and knows Jennifer Lawrence, please get her to call into the show and leave Josh a message.
Or Chris Hardwick, who's also from Louisville. If you're listening, pay us to be on the Nerdist Network. Come on.
Yeah, because we bring Nerdist quality to our shows.
Right, so in place of what we've been playing this week, because we've got nothing to talk about, we're going to bring back a classic, a TADPOG classic bit.
We are. What we normally do on the show is we play our way through IGN's top 100 Super Nintendo games. And this ties in perfectly to TADPOG Theater, because we have a lovely scene from IGN's 71st ranked Super Nintendo game, Jungle Strike. Care to set the stage, Tyler?
Washington, D.C. Introduction. The White House. The scene takes place in the briefing room. The general, he turns on the logo of the NSA, the National Security Agency. Here's the situation. We have spy satellite photos of the blast area simultaneous with the detonation.
Good thing Congress didn't cut the space program much.
General flips pictures. The next picture is a yacht. This imperial yacht was spotted near the destroyed island.
Any idea whose toy boat it is?
He brings up the next picture of 2 men from the introduction. We further enhanced the photo and identified these 2 suspects.
Boy, these guys look familiar. Ugly, but familiar.
They should. He then brings up a picture of the second man's mugshot. Carlos Ortega, the notorious South American drug lord. His huge private army just sprung him from a Florida prison. A lot of good men died to keep him in that prison. And this is Ibn Kilbaba, son of a Desert Strike madman. He's more ruthless than his father ever was. He then shows a picture of 3 men, a circle around the man in the middle.
Birds of a feather. What's the plan?
You will take command of the Super Comanche attack helicopter. I mean, chopper. Your first mission is to stop the terrorists threatening the Capitol. He said this as a picture was shown of the chopper he'll be using for this game.
Good. I was afraid this was gonna be easy.
Next, the president's motorcade will arrive soon. Make sure it's safe. And last, Ibn Kilbaba's men in D.C. know where the drug lord's jungle fortress is. Find them.
No sweat.
Just select your co-pilot and you're ready to go.
That's it. Threat level midnight.
Yep. Some Black Hawk Down shit going on.
In case for our regular listeners, I'm sure they will appreciate my Shaq. My Shaquille O'Neal as the helicopter pilot.
That's actually, I don't think it's very far from who, because the guy is kicked back, sitting up with his feet up on a table. It would only have been a little bit better if he had AC Slatered out and was sitting backwards in a chair.
That's, I wouldn't mind casting the pilot as Shaquille O'Neal. I think it's a good fit.
He doesn't get enough acting work these days, outside of just Gold Bond commercials.
Right. And if he's not up for it, we'll just get Jonathan Brandis.
Womp womp. Sidekicks was so good.
He's dead, right?
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should feel like an ass, but I kind of don't.
Nope.
Man, Sidekicks. I had some feels for sidekicks. I got some memories because, like, I think for a full year in the 90s, that is the only movie that HBO had the license for. Because it was like clockwork, man. It's like, was it 2:00? Bet Sidekicks is on. Yep.
Man, I hope there's probably not a Sidekicks video game, but man, that would be a good second breakfast crossover.
Yeah, that's one where we both end up miserable, I think. But maybe not as miserable as playing Jungle Strike. Hey, just going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag.
Well, can I make a request of you?
As long as it's not, don't give away that we didn't like this game.
Nope. That's not it at all. I'd like to hear a little bit called Dave Reads from Wikipedia.
Okay. I think I can make that happen.
Tyler then pulls the gun out of his mouth, setting it by his side.
I thought this was going to be easy. Okay, guys. Buckle up. Jungle Strike is a video game developed and published by Electronic Arts in 1993. It was originally released for the Mega Drive before being ported to several other systems, including an upgraded version for the Amiga. The game is a helicopter-based shoot-'em-up. It mixes action and strategy. It is the sequel to Desert Strike: Return to the Gulf, which is an awful name for the first of a series.
Return
to the Gulf. That is in Wikipedia, folks. That's not my opinion. Jungle Strike is the second game in the Strike series. It retained its predecessor's core mechanics and expanded on the model with additional vehicles and settings, none of which I encountered.
Yep. I think the listeners, you'll find this episode is a little bit bitter and unconventional because, God, damn it, we tried to play through this game. We tried.
Yeah.
And both of us failed miserably.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to put the blame on us. Never do I want to put the blame on us. We didn't fail miserably. The game miserably failed us.
This hooker was dead when I bought the car.
We bought the car from Lord Mike of Purdue. I really hope that doesn't get you fired, man. Not to insinuate.
It's fun that you kill hookers and put them in the truck. We're sorry to talk about it.
There's just some things we shouldn't talk about. The dead hookers you sell us we actually are buying the dead hookers. The car is just the packaging. It's just the vessel that delivers the hooker.
When you said it was ported to the Amiga, my immediate thought was the Cactus Fighter from Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Oh, that's Amigo.
Afraid not, friend.
Is that the... Oh, I just lost my train of thought.
It's okay.
Is that the Mithra that gives you quests? No, that's not Amigo.
Jesus, I haven't thought about her in a long time.
Yeah. But this...
Not Amigo. Jesus.
Not Amigo. Because we sat down... Because we briefly discussed this a little bit. Because we doubled up this week. Again,
right.
Our recordings are 10 minutes apart, but you're hearing them a week apart. When you hear this, I will be away.
Masturbating on a boat. Hello,
future/past. I'm currently masturbating on a boat, playing Steam games.
Because you'll be going on a cruise because your brother got married.
I got married on July 26th. My parents' anniversary is the 28th. So I got married, then we all went on a cruise to sort of celebrate. My parents, Meg and myself, and my brother Ann, who was his girlfriend at the time, all went. Now he has gotten married. He got married on July 27th. So 26, 27, 28. So my parents are again taking all of us on a cruise to celebrate the anniversaries.
Is that like a superstitious thing?
We just kind of picked July 26th. Like, oh, your anniversary the 28th. Well, I guess that'll be fun. And then they directly chose, we want our date to be in the middle. So
okay. So it was kind of planned.
Ours wasn't purposeful. Theirs was.
But not like weirdly planned.
Right.
Where it's like, if we don't get married on the 27th, I'm pretty sure our whole family's going to die.
Thanks, Obama. So we doubled up, tried to play this game.
Yeah, we're right off the tail end of the last game we played, which was Rock and Roll Racing.
I wish this game was a 10th as fun as Rock and Roll Racing. Because this game just felt like, God, I just hit such a brick wall trying to play this game.
Because it is really fucking hard. I rented this game. I played this game before, and I didn't realize it until I turned it on. and was like, oh shit. Like immediately, like I turned it on and I was like, oh, that's this game. Fuck. Because friends, I could not get past the first level when I was 11 years old. It's 20 fucking years later, and I still can't get past the first level of this game.
Yeah. Dave and I both could not get past the first level of Jungle Strike.
I tried for 5 hours to get past the first level. I can't fucking do it. I got kind of close. Like, I got closer each time, but, like, not even nominally closer. It was just like, oh, well, I killed one more terrorist that time.
Yeah.
Just restart. 20 minutes later, dead again.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We're flying this plane around what I assume
Helicopter.
is the Paperboy.
Did you play this game, Tyler?
Damn it. I called it a helicopter, and I'm called this Comanche attack chopper.
Fuck, I played Pilot Wings. I'm out.
Got it. I was probably better at Pilot Wings than I was this.
I didn't get to watch you play this.
Oh, man. It went about as well as you did. Because the first level is it's very bare bones.
It's Washington, D.C. The first level is Washington, D.C., and your Comanche helicopter takes off from the helipad at the White House.
Mm-hmm. And apparently you are in the largest, scale-wise, the largest chopper ever created.
It is about the size of a fucking city block.
Yep. And it's well animated.
It really is.
Everything else is not.
It's really not.
Because I had made reference to what game it reminded me of, and I started to say Paperboy for Rock and Roll Racing, but no, that was Wipeout. It was this game that reminded me of Paperboy because the neighborhoods are all laid out like all the Paperboy routes connected side to side to side to side with Washington monuments scattered all throughout. Instead
of shooting missiles from your Comanche, you need to shoot out rolled newspapers.
That would make the game a lot better. Because, of course, it's hard to even know what the fuck's going on with this game because you take off on the play screen, there's nothing but the helicopter and your surroundings. Mm-hmm. There's no armor meter or missiles or like detection of where you need to go. Mm-hmm. Everything is on a separate screen. And that is...
You have to hit select. It's not even start because start just puts a yellow pause text on the screen.
I think it just seemed like such a huge oversight in the game programming.
Yeah.
Not to just have it where you can see, because you have to constantly be hitting select to see, all right, how much armor do I have?
Right.
All right, how many missiles do I have? All right, am I close to this? How much? It's a huge interruption to what should be the game, just a flow, a natural progression of the gameplay.
The interface is awful. I assume they did it because they wanted it to be more cinematic with nothing cluttering up the screen. You just have the helicopter and the surroundings on the screen. That works, but the problem is the helicopter blows up so fucking frequently because I can't keep track of how much armor it has.
If it would just maybe if it would smoke a little bit.
Yes, give you some kind of visual indication. You're right. That's a great idea. It doesn't have to be an armor bar or anything like that. Just some kind of visual indication that you're about to blow the fuck up.
It will tell you when you're low on fuel.
Yes.
And that was kind of meaningless
and
to me.
ammo.
I don't think I ever come close to low ammo because you just drive around blandly animated Washington, D.C. neighborhoods. You fly to the Library of Congress.
Yeah, you have to protect the library. That's the first mission of this level.
Mm-hmm. You have to protect the Washington Monument, the Library of Congress, and the White House from terrorists, who the terrorists all just drive the same tour bus. Yeah. It's like Bret Michaels' Love Bus or whatever the fuck it was called. Rock of Love? No, it's something different. Whatever he's on the bus.
I don't know.
Yeah, that one. It's like that one, only it's full of terrorists.
The one with
the sluts is terrorists.
Is it the one where he wears a bandana and the sluts are around him?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's the one. I enjoy that he reported that he has had sex with every single contestant on his shows.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's just like his own little MPV bang bus that he just drives around and makes millions on.
He might as well take advantage of it.
It's true. I can't be angry at him for it. So you just drive around shooting tour buses with the occasional person outside the tour bus.
Uh-huh.
And they just keep coming. And you kind of have to, you can strafe and fire, but it's clunky and it's hard to do. And it would just be you strafing circles around tour bus after tour bus.
I wouldn't call the controls clunky. I thought the controls were actually kind of nice. I felt like I was able to get the helicopter to do what I wanted it to do. The problem is I couldn't wrap my mind around what I needed the fucking helicopter to do. Mm-hmm. Because it turned out almost every time I'd run across a van, we would just trade blows. Like it would shoot me and I would shoot it. And like I would try to get out of the way. Didn't fucking matter.
It was like Shadowrun, sort of the way you had to stop and shoot and just hope you survived.
Yeah. You've got regular guns, and then you've got a missile, and then you've got a rocket. The missile is super powerful, and I think you can blow up a tour bus. I'm not saying
the Terrorism Tour 93.
This is a really sticky episode because I'm pretty sure Yuki's cousin's an FBI agent. I just want to go ahead and throw this out there. Tyler and I are not terrorists.
Nope.
So you can just go ahead and not put us on the list. That would be great. Any reference to blowing shit up that we do in this episode is in strict reference to Jungle Strike.
Because in fact, we don't even know what these terrorists are. That's what we call them, tour buses, because they're tourists. So
tourists.
Yeah, they're just bad tourists trying to mess up the economy.
I think I played this game entirely wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, the missile would take out a bus immediately, and then the rocket hit it a couple times. But if you are sitting there with the gun, it takes forever. It takes forever to kill anything with the gun. Even a regular, like just a guy, just a regular tourist.
The ant waving his arms around when you fly close. Yeah. Because I think I could clear like 2 of the 3 landmarks, and then that was it.
I was able to get all 3 landmarks, and what happens is it says mission 1 complete. Then you do second mission, which it doesn't tell you what it is. So for the longest time, I didn't know that you had to hit select to see what mission you're on. You have to hit select to see what mission you're on, and then you read it. Okay, well, I have to destroy these 4 tourist hideouts, sorry.
Tourist hideouts.
It's Jungle Strike. This is obviously some kind of, I don't know. Where are you sailing to anyway? You're going to be in Jungle Strike territory, aren't you?
I've heard where we're going for the cruise. I don't plan on getting off the boat for a week.
I wouldn't.
So I think excursions, like the whole cruise, is like $500 per person. So that's a good price for a week of unlimited food and entertainment. But the excursions can cost as much as the cruise. So getting off the boat is also very expensive, and I think it's bullshit. So I'm just going to enjoy working out, eating a bunch of food, playing Steam games, hanging out with my family.
Dude, I would not get off the boat. Because when I was talking to Meg, I got the impression it's somewhere in the Mexico, somewhere in that area.
It's somewhere there.
I'm afraid you might run into the underground taco king, Carlos Ortega, who, as we know from TADPOG Theater,
he's going to try to turn us into tourists.
Is going to turn everyone into tourists. I'm actually starting to like this game better the more we talk. So yeah, you get these missions, and the second mission is to destroy all the tourist hideouts, which I was able to do that. And then they give you another mission where you have to destroy car bombs. This is as far as I got. I kept getting to this point. To get to this point, it took about an episode of Supernatural, because Nikki was watching Supernatural, and every time I'd die, I'd be like, oh, credits are rolling, new episode, okay. So I'd roll through it again, I'd die, I look up, be like, oh, credits are rolling. So every time, it took me about 24 minutes to get to this point. You got to destroy these car bombs. The problem is the car bombs are all in station wagons that are they must be made out of like vibranium. Because I swear, man, I pumped one of those fucking station wagons with like 3 fucking missiles. Mind you, I can take a tank out in 2. I shot one of these with 3 missiles, nothing. It just drove on up to the Washington Monument and game over. Meanwhile, it's firing bullets at me. So that's when I was like, you know what? I tried this twice. I thought the first time was a fluke. I was like, obviously something's wrong here. Something glitched or something. There's no way it takes more than 3 fucking missiles to take out the station wagon. And then it happened the second time, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this game.
You, in true Tadpog fashion, you gave it more ever than I did before. I was just like, nah, nope. I'll go celebrate Meg's birthday. Fuck this. Because this was bad. This is, and for 71, man.
They've got it on the list They have decent reasons. This is on IGN's top 100 list because it's a non-linear story, first and foremost. This game is sandboxy. It's essentially Grand Theft Auto before Grand Theft Auto, but you're not a guy, you're a helicopter. And I say that because when I rented it as a kid and played it, I was not good at it. And I wanted to get my money's worth. So I just fucking rode the helicopter around Washington, D.C., blowing up whatever I could. I had more fun doing it that way as a kid than I did just the other day trying to play this game legitimately.
And I read over the game facts. Like, it is a really, really long game.
Is it?
For being, like, I mean, so many missions. So many missions. Like, I don't even see, short of trying to pull out a Game Genie, I don't understand.
This is one of these games, I will say this. I feel like Jungle Strike is one of those games where if I enjoyed playing it and put time into it, I feel like I could get through it. I feel like I could get better and learn things about the game that would help me finish it. The problem is I didn't enjoy doing the missions.
I feel like it's a very niche game in that, like, if you like military stuff.
If you like bad games.
I mean, if you love it.
We have 3 to recommend for you. Sparkster, Stunt Race FX, and Jungle Strike.
And then just, if you want to branch out to pretty bad games, the Super Star Wars series.
Yeah.
But this, military stuff, Rainbow Six, the whole kind of like military experience game. This will be for you. Like, we had Kevin Link wanted to come on and guest host this one.
Yes.
And he's ex-military.
And I wish that he would have. I wish that would have happened because I don't know this, but I'm willing to bet that he wanted to be on this episode because he likes this game.
I assume that to be the case.
So he really needed to be here, just like, because we're shitting all over this pretty much just like we shit on Flashback, which was another episode that he wanted to be on. So I'm sorry, Link. I'm sorry we do not like the games that you like.
He also wants to host R-Type 3, which I love.
Yeah, I do too.
So I'm with him. Yeah, we're all with you on R-Type, Link.
Yeah.
But I'm a gamer.
What?
I am a gamer, Dave.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I know. This is the first experience I've had gaming since my Virtual Boy that I've just gotten physically ill playing it.
Oh, you got sick?
I got it felt like I was getting car sick trying to drive this helicopter around.
Were you also doing your homework at the same time?
Yeah. I was trying to play my Game Gear and do homework while playing this game.
Or were you facing, you got to face the direction you're going. That's the trick.
Oh, okay. No, but I just, after about an hour, just like, man, I'm hot and nauseous. Like, I just can't do this. Like, the way the helicopter turns and I guess all the background, it just, man, made me sick.
I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. Did you mess with the options at all?
Nope.
Okay. There is an option to turn off
car sickness.
Essentially, there's an option to turn off momentum. I'm curious if you turned off momentum. I wonder if you'd had the same experience because I turned momentum off. And the only reason I did that was because I was having a really hard ass time with the game, and GameFAQs was like, turn momentum off. I was like, all right, GameFAQs, it's off. And I still didn't beat the first level.
Yeah, okay.
I assume there's a jungle in this game.
Somewhere, and you strike at it.
Because it is not named Washington, D.C. Strike.
They couldn't. That would have been non-PC. So like, jungle. It's fine.
You used to live in the area, right?
I did.
In DC?
It looks just like that. It's 8 streets and like 6 giant houses.
Well, I mean, I figured between this and Fallout 3, I never have to go to DC again.
It's true. Well, you don't have to just play Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is so wonderfully done. Like, I was living in DC the first time I played through Fallout 3, and it was great.
Or you were just really high.
I was so stoned. Like, I was just ambient after ambient after ambient. Like, I was inside Fallout.
It was before the game came out. It's weird.
When I was running a D&D game in Washington, D.C., I remember I was planning out a dungeon, a wind dungeon for my characters. And I was like, well, I like some inspiration. I'm going to pull up Wind Waker and kind of look at some of their puzzles, try and get some inspiration.
Please tell me there's a Washington, D.C. reference in Wind Waker.
No, I took an Ambien. and I was watching the Wind Waker, and like it was like this surreal planning experience because like I'm making these plans, making this dungeon, and I'm hallucinating, and I'm in Wind Waker. I'm in the YouTube videos I'm watching, and like just writing down my experiences in the Wind Waker world. It was so I've never had that experience on Ambien ever again. But like I just became Link with a giant leaf just floating through the Wind Temple, and I was just that was their favorite dungeon because I was just planning it out so well because I was there.
Obviously, we need to replicate this.
Yep. But just because it's a point of reference, getting sick while playing games. Friend of the show, Nicole Nance, can't play first-person shooters for the same reason.
Oh, really?
She gets very sick trying to do that. So trying to play like BioShock breaks my heart, but she gets sick.
Did she try turning momentum off?
I'll try that. We'll try that next time. Or we'll do Wild and Crazy Kids and make her spit on a bat and then play BioShock and they'll cancel each other out.
Best episode of Wild and Crazy Kids. I'll go first.
Okay. I've got mine already.
Best episode of Wild and Crazy Kids is where they replicate Space Invaders, where the kids go up on top of this tower with water balloons. I think they're filled with gack or some shit. And then they've got rows of kids that just advance slowly as they're moved from side to side. And it's pretty much just Space Invaders with kids and water balloons. Man, I would have given a testicle to have been on that episode of Wild and Crazy Kids.
Well, you have 3, so that's hardly fair.
Right? Hey, you can have my spare.
I was going to say Medieval Times. I really enjoyed the Wild and Crazy Kids Medieval Times episode.
I don't think I remember that one.
They went and
I think that's Cable Guy. You're thinking of Cable Guy.
Oh, God. I get Donnie Jeffcoat and Jim Carrey confused all of the time.
Yeah, me too. It's weird. But only when I masturbate.
I remember Jacob of Final Fight and BioShock and X-Men fame.
And wolf fighting fame.
Wolf fighting and that Runza commercial I posted fame.
Right.
We had a discussion about Donnie Jeffcoat like maybe a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, because we were talking about Wild and Crazy Kids, and then eventually turned, of course, to Donnie Jeffcoat.
Naturally.
And it's like the guy went on to do like a lot of Shakespeare after Wild and Crazy
Really?
Kids. Yeah.
Good for him.
We delved into the Donnie Jeffcoat world.
Good for him. Is he on IMDb?
Yep.
Nice. Link to that in the show notes on tadpog.com.
TADPOG.com for all your Donnie Jeffcoat needs.
Your source. But I'm glad you brought up the Runza commercial because I posted it on Twitter. I tweeted it. Mm-hmm. You posted it on Facebook. But there are some listeners who don't like us that much and don't follow us on Twitter or like us on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Jacob of all kinds of fame was in a pretty awesome commercial. Mm-hmm. You should go to facebook.com/tadpog.
He's got a pretty good commercial reel, actually.
And see it. Yeah.
So I'll see if and he's also in, if you want to look up Rooney's World.
Rooney's World is excellent.
Amusing short film he was in.
All right. We'll stop.
That's enough.
We'll stop sucking Jacob's dick.
Yeah, let's detach from that teat.
Start sucking Kilbabas.
Because looking at that name, Nikki, I did the same thing as Nikki, like Ibn Kilbaba, and I just want to say like Ivan Kilbasa. Ivan Kilbasa being someone totally different.
Is that a person?
It is now.
Oh, okay. Because when I first read it in the game, I was like, that's racist. There'll be a link to That's Racist Kid in the show notes. But it was literally like, I was like, oh my God, like, what were we doing in the 90s? Come on, Kill Baba? Kill Baba. Really?
Kill him and his 40 thieves, man. Gotta do it.
That's racist.
Playing through the first level of this reminded me of, but it was a very popular arcade game in the 80s where it was like you were basically Dragon's Den, something like that, where you were playing through like an animated cartoon where you were the knight trying to save that princess.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. God, I wish I could remember the name of it. I know exactly what you're talking about, though. Mm-hmm. It's like an FMV kind of deal.
Yes, it was like the first of its kind.
Yeah.
They had a
Dragon Quest?
It's Dragon something.
Oh, God. People are just like literally throwing their iPods against the wall right now, screaming the name of this game.
And they remade it on the NES. But of course, the NES does not have nearly the power.
No.
So, okay, we don't usually throw a lot of credit out to other retro gaming places, but the Angry Video Game Nerd does this game for the NES.
Oh, really?
And it is notorious because it's nearly impossible to beat the very first screen. It's so awful and difficult. And it reminded me of this. Because he gets so upset because it takes him hours of just trying to get past the very first screen of this ridiculous game. And that's exactly how I felt trying to clear this mission. Nothing to go on, just running in and just bang, 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 crash. Bang, 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 crash.
Yeah. I wish I could say more about the game, but I obviously didn't get very far in it. And that is not from a lack of trying.
Dave.
Yes, Tyler.
Why do people that have babies buy so many baby clothes? Like, is it so important that your baby looks cute and they outgrow them so quickly? Every yard sale I go to, I pass 2 on the way here. So many baby clothes.
Babies just grow, man.
So many baby clothes. Why not just have like a blanket and just wrap them in the blanket?
Swaddle.
They get a little older. Mm-hmm. You loosen the blanket as they grow. You don't keep it super tight.
It's like a plant.
Yeah.
And if you don't want your baby to grow, you just keep that blanket tight.
Stay little forever. And you wash the blanket when they go to bed. You don't have to buy them all those clothes.
You just gave me the best idea in the world.
There you go. You're welcome. I get half.
It doesn't involve going to garage sales for baby clothes.
Just blankets.
Just blankets and blankets.
So at this point, I'm just trying to come up with some stuff because
stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I've been friends with several porn stars on Facebook. I enjoy friending porn stars and watching their updates.
Really?
Yes. The only one I'm still friends with after all this time is Penny Flame.
I just like to watch them fuck.
Sienna West laid out some crazy shit on Facebook before she finally got rid of her Facebook.
Is that Adam West's daughter?
Adam West's Latina daughter, Sienna West.
Adam West and Carlos Ortega had a love child.
And it did pornography.
Do you have any other random facts?
I think Royal Pains is about to jump the shark.
Man, what are you doing watching Royal Pains, man?
Meg watches it while I play TADPOG games.
Meg, what the fuck are you doing? That's actually something that Meg and Nikki can talk about on Man Pop.
Royal Pains,
because nice. I believe Nikki's watched all of Royal Pains. Here's the deal with Royal Pains. It's essentially a shitty version of House, but rich.
Yep.
It's like a fish out of water. Like they took this like fish out of water thing and like mixed it with this formulaic medical show. It's not for me, Tyler.
And now they're throwing in like the Russian mob left and right.
It's not for me.
It's crazy.
Meets Get Shorty.
I think it's done. I want to learn sign language.
I know how to say rape in sign language.
You can sign it as loud as you can. No one's coming.
I can do it. I can do it right now.
All right.
There you go.
So, Tadpole listener, I know how to say rape in sign language now.
What else you got?
Got wiener tweets.
Wiener tweets. Can you do it as Comanche pilot Shaquille O'Neal? Read one for me as Comanche pilot Shaquille O'Neal. You know that I'm the master of that voice, but I'm willing to let you have a shot at it.
I'm horny a lot. Sorry.
That's good. Actually, we may need to edit that out because Shaquille O'Neal may sue us. That sounded so much like him. Can you do one as, okay, can you do one as Ibn Kilbaba?
How racist am I going to sound?
We'll see. So, did you know, Tyler, that there are other vehicles in this game other than a helicopter?
I saw that there were a few on GameFAQs when I was looking over all the missions.
Mm-hmm. There's a motorbike. There is a hovercraft and an F-117, 11-7, 7-11. I don't know.
There's an F, a bunch of numbers.
Why do they do that? They make it so difficult in the military. Why can't they just say, we have one kind of helicopter. There it is. What do you call it? Helicopter?
This is Army helicopter. This is Navy helicopter.
Yeah. We call it brown one. I don't know. Getting a brown helicopter.
Brown camouflage, green camouflage.
I didn't get to try any of those vehicles because they are not in the Washington, D.C. level that is impossible to get past. Mm-hmm. I may regret saying this, but if anyone out there listening, besides Link, has gotten past the first level of this game, please call the show and tell us what the fuck happens.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to say we suck, that's fine. We probably do both suck at this game.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's really hard. Maybe we suck. Maybe a little column A, a little column B.
Could be. So, this game, Tyler, was pretty well received, believe it or not. We are actually in the minority. Because when this game came out, a lot of people liked it. They had really good things to say about it. Consistently got not that numbers mean a thing, but 8s and higher out of 10. Why do you think that is?
You see, maybe it's just a piece of it's a work of its time, maybe. So like compared to everything else that was out there, not a lot of sandbox type games other than Grand Theft Auto, the early Grand Theft Autos, which I think had way more variety to them. So I guess just maybe, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't really get it. In the pocket of big EA, here you go.
Yeah, could be, honestly. I know that Desert Strike, Return to the Gulf, the first game in this series, was incredibly successful for EA. Like, that was their top grossing game for the longest time, which is really weird to think about now. That Desert Strike, this helicopter game, was their cornerstone. People went apeshit about it. I mean, I played it once as a kid. I wasn't into helicopters. Now, if it was a game where you were a flying pterodactyl throwing up on tourists, then yeah, that's more my wheelhouse.
All right. I threw up so much on that van.
I threw up on that station wagon 4 times.
I was too busy playing Joe and Mac probably when this was out.
That was a good game. That's why you were playing Joe and Mac.
It's high on the list. I remember it was a random rental whenever the movie hut in Paducah first opened up. They didn't have many games. God, Joe and Mac was one of them.
I forgot that Joe and Mac is on this list.
It is on this list.
I forgot. Oh, that makes me feel I'm so like in a dark place right now.
Joe and Mac 2 isn't that far away.
I don't think I ever played the second one.
I did not play the second one either.
I heard that Joe and Mac for the Neo Geo was amazing.
Let's get us a Neo Geo and do it.
I heard that it was pretty much just a almost perfect arcade port, because I remember playing Joe and Mac at a stand-up arcade cabinet.
That would be a good one to have in your collection. It'd be pretty awesome, the Joe and Mac arcade.
Would be.
Any TADPOG listener willing to link up a Joe and Mac arcade stand for about $80?
Yeah, I don't know.
Calling TADPOG.
75. Let's not get crazy.
Okay, now I'm just giving away your money left and right. $80, $85.
And you got to bring it here, because I don't think we're down to make another trip in your dad's truck.
God, my bruises are still healing. Nicole asked me, "It's like, are you dirty or just really bruised from?" It's like, no, I moved arcade stands last night. I'm not just like pigpen dirty walking around. I've got achievements.
I don't even have those. What are they? Oh, I've got one. Just came up with one. Yeah.
Why don't you go first?
All right. One of the criticisms that people had about this game at the time was that it is just rife with jingoism. This cowboy shoot 'em up, aggressive foreign policy. Like, it's just plastered all over this game. I hear when Desert Strike came out, George Bush was in it, Senior was in it, and they lauded him. And then obviously I don't know because I couldn't get past the fucking first level. I hear Bill Clinton's in this game somewhere, and they make fun of him.
Oh my God.
Yep. So my achievement is Jingo Unchained. How you like that?
Nice.
How do you like that?
Oh, that's nice.
And in order to get Jingo Unchained, you have to make sure that, I don't know, you get past the first level. How about that? Get past the first level, automatic achievement. There's your platinum.
We've got the same achievement, but with different names. Yours being better than mine.
No, trust me, the achievement itself does not go with that name at all. It's just I really like that name.
Because I've got better than most, which is beat the first level. And then the other one being Tokyo Chopper Drift, which that's beat a level taking no damage using the drifting mechanic to get around. Yeah, platinum. All the achievements. This game has 6 platinum achievements.
Actually, I've got a second achievement. It's called Good Luck. You get it as soon as you turn the game on. It's worth 0 points.
I like that we mix our metaphors because we don't assign the number value. We say the medal, and then because it's trophies in PlayStation,
right.
Achievements in Xbox. We'll throw them together.
We don't know.
Gold achievement, silver achievement.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Fuck them.
There were sequels to this game.
Let's hear them.
Did you ever play any of them?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
probably unless it's Joe and Mac is just a really
Joe and Mac. A huge departure. It's the third in the Strike series. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is actually the 4th game in the series. I don't know. It's weird.
Garden State being the 5th. Where does this take him out of left field? I don't think we've made a good Garden State reference in TADPOG yet.
Yeah, how many more New Jersey references can we squeeze into the period of 2 minutes?
Just the rest of the Kevin Smith movies.
Garden State wasn't a Kevin Smith movie.
No, I'm just saying more Jersey references.
Jersey Girl.
No, I know my Zach Braff.
Yeah, I was about to say, I hate to break this to you, Tyler. Pretty sure Garden State's not a Kevin Smith movie.
I mean, Kevin Smith is no Zach Braff. Come on.
I don't know, man. Did you help kickstart Zach Braff's movie?
No. I watched the preview and laughed.
Did that go through? I didn't even follow up on it.
I don't know.
I'll post
I feel like
in
I
the
would have
show
seen
notes.
it on Reddit if it had.
Yeah. Urban Strike was the 3rd game. And I don't know.
That's what you should have called the first one when you're Washington, D.C. That makes much more sense.
Mm-hmm. Soviet Strike was the 4th.
I feel like I've heard of that one, actually.
And Nuclear Strike was the 5th. And then, but wait, there's more.
Martian Strike?
Dude.
Up the ante?
They were making sequels to this game as late as PlayStation, Nintendo 64 era, which, in my opinion, is just way too fucking long. There was a game planned called Future Strike. That one didn't come out. That's where they drew the line.
That's the one where it should have taken place, back in the other George W. Bush, and they make fun of Obama.
Or honestly, I think they were making Future Strike, and they're like, "Oh shit, we just made Flashback. Let's call it."
You guys want to actually remake? Give it a few years.
Yeah, actually, and then after Future Strike was the 11th sequel to the game, Madden 94. I don't know.
Went back in time for the next sequel. Past Strike, Madden 94.
Some people called us.
Look at some calls.
You just want to, we just want to skip beards and glasses, right? We don't
I've got beards and glasses.
You do?
I do.
Are they good?
I think so.
They're appropriate?
I think so.
Oh, they're scathing?
Yeah.
Good, okay. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to take Jungle Strike, the sequel to Desert Strike.
The prequel to Joe and Mac.
Right. And if you were to just I don't know, slap a beard up on there, what kind of beard do you think you'd put on there?
It would be a beard that has been trimmed to resemble flames going from sideburn to sideburn, and this flame beard
flame burns
is being sported by a man wearing he's out of shape and wearing a very tight tap out t-shirt.
Oh God, I love this.
And he has so many barbed wire tattoos.
Oh Jesus.
So many.
Neck?
Yeah. The barbed wire and the flame on top of it, on top of the tight tap out shirt.
Can he be wearing a gigantic white cowboy hat? Can you indulge me in that?
You know what his name's going to be?
What's his name? Is it Tex? Please tell me it's Tex.
It's not Tex. It's Shane.
Shane.
Yeah.
I hope Keith is wearing some glasses. Yeah. Tyler, if you were to pick one glittering pair of glasses from the wide selection that we have here in TADPOG Studios, and just gingerly place it on the face of Jungle Strike, what kind of glasses do you think that would be?
It would be very powerful night vision goggles that are forced on you during the day.
Oh God! Right? Okay.
Yeah. Jungle Strike.
Jungle Strike. Don't play it.
Yeah. We don't think you should.
Okay. Seriously though, I know we normally save this list reordering for special episode, but I have to know, where would you put this? Where would you put Jungle Strike in the top 100?
99.
Would 100 be Stunt Race FX?
Sparkster.
Okay. So you're keeping Sparkster on the list. So this game is worse. In your opinion, this game is worse than Stunt Race FX?
Yes.
That's where I think it's down there, but I think we differ on that. I think I would rather play Jungle Strike than Stunt Race FX. Even though Stunt Race FX had a shark tube. All right, now I'm talking myself out of it. Some people called us.
Yeah, I want to hear them calls now.
All right. Dim calls.
Hear them calls, girl.
Dim calls. Oh, and just to be clear, we mentioned this in last episode, but since we're recording both this episode and Rock and Roll Racing pretty much in the same night, I know, we're pulling the curtain back, showing you how the sausage is made. It is not pretty. A lot of these calls are actually from 2 weeks ago. So,
hey, TADPOG. It is Jacob York. I wanted to give you guys a call because I wanted to give a report on the recent release for PC Shadowrun Returns. I know that recently you guys covered Shadowrun in an episode that I was supposed to guest star on, but I was not able to make that happen. Thank goodness Mutant Apocalypse was there to sate everyone's thirst. But I wanted to give you guys a call because I was a backer for Shadowrun Returns, and I've got to say, I really enjoyed it, but I would wait if I were you. I finished the campaign that it is released with. The campaign that it's released with took me maybe 10 to 12 hours, somewhere in that time frame. You know, a lot of people are fine with that amount for, you know, a $20 game, whatever it is. I'm honestly not sure how much it is because I backed it so long ago. But what it lacks and what it has on the front end, it's going to really make up for it on the back end because they released the editor and all of their assets. Not all of their assets. I think that they still have a whole other city that they are going to be releasing content for. But all of the assets that they have right now, I believe, and that's going to be available to level editors to go and create their own stuff. So it feels very much like Neverwinter Nights to me. It feels like if you enjoyed Neverwinter Nights, you are going to enjoy the vibe of Shadowrun. It doesn't have nearly as deep a story as Neverwinter does, and the save system kind of sucks. It's only autosave. You can't save at any point. And that didn't bother me until it bothered me. And then it really bothered me. You know what I mean? I was up at like 3 o'clock thinking, oh my God, please just end, please just end, please just end. But I didn't want to fight through all those bugs again. But anyway, I will say that right now, it's kind of a marginal buy for me. I think in 6 to 9 months, it's going to be a definite buy because, I don't know, I had a great time with it. And I definitely see if you can get 10 dedicated modders out there, then I think that there could be some really, really, really great stuff coming out of it. So, anyway, that is what I think of Shadowrun Returns. Obviously, keep up the good work. You guys know that I think that you do lovely work. I have no idea what the show is about this week. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. See ya. Bye.
We didn't, Jacob. We didn't enjoy it at all.
Didn't enjoy it one fucking bit.
Enjoyed that call, though.
Yes, thank you. I'm looking forward to playing Shadowrun Returns.
It's on my Steam wish list.
As is
If it drops in price, say during the Christmas sale, I'll probably pick it up.
I was a very big fan of Neverwinter Nights. So, Jacob, hearing you compare it to Neverwinter Nights makes me not want to wait to buy this game. Because, man, I was into Neverwinter Nights, all the expansions, Neverwinter Nights 2. I rolled a character on someone's, what do they call it? I guess they call it like permanent servers, where you would have you'd make a character on someone's server. They had built everything up and customized it, and you'd have this character, and it was essentially like a miniature version of an MMO. It was an MO.
It was a mo.
It was a mo. A flaming mo. And that kind of shit was really fun.
Ooh.
So hopefully, yeah, man, if, like you said, if there are like 10 dedicated modders, like Josh Nance, I think we need to get Josh of Uniracers fame hooked on this game.
Jennifer Lawrence, like the fame.
Then I think, yeah, I'm down for some user-created content.
Anybody else calls?
I don't know. Let's check the lines.
Let's reach in this bag, see what comes up.
Hey, TADPOG, it's Paul Cool again. One, I did finish the episode. I just wanted to respond to the comments through the call. It was still a good episode. Two, highlights. I honestly don't know where the farting glitter came from. I assume it was from a Would You Rather episode. But yes, I'd probably rather fart glitter. What was one with confetti? Yeah, it was fart glitter, bird confetti. Yes. Fart glitter, personally. Yeah, strippers. But another highlight, like I said, I had invited you guys out to Cleveland if you were out here. My couch is yours, so if you're up here, feel free. That's about it. Great episode, guys. Thanks. Later.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate, as always, your calling in.
Yes, and I actually appreciate that you mentioned that you finished the Illusion of Gaia episode because that's the one I worry about. I think that's a great episode, and a lot of people have had positive feedback about it, but it was just, it frightened me because seeing that number, that time next to the episode was just like, oh my God, that's a long one.
We'll make up for it with this one.
Yeah, this is gonna be a short hate fest.
Hey, what's up, TADPOG? It's Link, the hero of time, calling in about Jungle Strike. Kind of had mixed feelings about this one. I played it whenever I was a kid, and I tried to play it again. Didn't really like it all that much, and I'm pretty sure it's just a token game on the list. I think they're like, hey, you know what this list needs? It needs a helicopter game. And then they picked this one. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Kind of interested to see what you guys think about it. On a separate note, I would fly in a helicopter any day of the week over an airplane. They're freaking awesome. You guys take care and have a good one.
Theoretically, we have people to thank.
Let's just take a stab at who probably we should thank this week.
Okay, I'm going to assume we're going to be thanking Josh Nance, Nicole Nance, Dennis Robinson, Lord Mike of Purdue, Jess Dockery at Silver Street Post, Matt Barger.
Yeah, the regulars.
Ramon Lincoln Jacob.
Probably, yes. Well, definitely Jacob because he called.
Yeah, that's true.
So we know got one for sure.
Yep.
We definitely want to thank Paul as well. There's two we know for sure.
Yeah, that's true. For Twitter, probably Lord Mike, Drew, Tony.
Probably.
Maybe Lauren Ammons.
If we get Leva again, that would be great.
Yeah. Art.
You want to just think about what maybe someone did for our last episode for Rock and Roll Racing? What kind of art do you think someone made for us for Rock and Roll Racing, and who did it?
The Mr. Show. I'm going to say that Megalixer, because of all the covers of this, did some kind of musical art. That was there. They mentioned a surprise in an email.
Like music.
Music.
Musical art, like instruments and stuff.
That reminds me of Jacob. One of your games you were playing, Jacob wanted to make a monk. And he was describing, like, what's your character going to be about, Jacob? Oh, he's going to be a monk, and he's just very dedicated to, like, fighting and karate. So a martial artist, Jacob? Fuck you.
All right, let's see. Megalixer, let's see your musical art.
Thank you, Megalixer.
Yes.
I don't believe they've ever called in. We've heard the music they make with their instruments, but not the music
art.
they make with their voices.
That is true. They seem to be a great group of guys, and they make excellent songs.
But until they call in, I would assume they sound like The Undertaker and his partner in Suburban Commando.
I think a wiener tweet is in order.
For Suburban Commando? Oh, in the voice?
Yes.
In The Undertaker Suburban Commando voice?
Yes, please. You brought this upon yourself.
Oh. It won't go away! And now I'm taking pics of it, making me harder still.
I don't know what just happened.
I want Megalixer to call in. I'm also going to call another fan that I like to call in.
Okay.
I'm going to give them a call-in challenge.
All right.
Phil Hawkins. Because whenever I post a Steam, he's like, oh, just missed this. I just missed this. I'll get it someday.
Yeah.
Call in and say, I'll be at my computer at this day and this time. I will throw up a Steam key and we'll see if you grab it. If you miss it, it's totally on you.
Oh, no, I was about to say that makes it harder for them because now everyone's going to be like, okay, I'm going to get it.
It's gonna be a contest. It's going to be great.
All right. Well, there's a contest going on, right?
There is.
There's a little extra dribble from Matt's Fat Package, right? Mm-hmm. A golden Mario coin. Mm-hmm. Is this real gold?
Mm-hmm. No.
Okay. Is it chocolate wrapped in gold foil?
It might be, but probably not.
Okay. It's like a commemorative coin, right? From like, what is it? It's like Super Mario Galaxy, right?
Galaxy.
It looks really cool. Can we maybe post something on Facebook?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. And how does someone win this coin?
Log on to iTunes.
Uh-huh.
Find us.
Okay.
Give us a 5-star review. Write that review.
Okay.
And you're entered into the random drawing.
That doesn't sound hard at all.
It's not. It's really not.
It really doesn't sound hard. We beg for reviews because it's literally, besides word of mouth, it is the best way for new listeners to find the show.
And it also keeps the gun out of your mouth.
It also keeps the gun out of my
We
mouth.
both have guns beside us right now because we're Americans.
Right.
And we frequently put them in our mouths, and then you're why we pull them out.
I had to ask Nikki specifically when I was playing Jungle Strike, hide the gun. I said, Nikki, hide the gun. And she hid it.
She went and bought a bigger gun. I think she's done.
Yeah? You ready to close it out?
That's it for Jungle Strike.
I'm ready.
We can promote ManPog. We had the promo. We can double promote at the beginning and at the end.
Yeah, hey, if anyone wants to give us a call, you can at area code 270-883-2555. We love your calls. Also, we hope to do a special episode, or actually our wives hope to do a special episode called ManPog. Meg and Nikki play old games. But really, we think the best way it's going to work is if they answer your questions, right?
Yes, I agree. Call in, email, Facebook post, Twitter. Just get questions to us, to them.
Yep. And just make sure you reference somewhere in your call or your text that this is a question for Meg and Nikki or ManPog.
Because if you don't, we'll just tell you about vaginas then.
Yeah.
You got to preface it.
Or, I don't know, it says describe your vagina. Well, I don't have one, so I'm just going to talk about my dick for 5 minutes.
I'll tell you, if I did have one, here's what I think it would look like.
Intricate detail. I mean, you can tell we've been thinking about this for years.
Ever since I saw that Jonathan Silverman film where he's he dresses up as a sorority girl to get to know his crush better. I don't know what the movie's called. He's a sorority girl named Roberta. That's all I remember.
I don't know, man, but that made me think of Ladybugs.
Another great Jonathan Brandis film. Man, both the stars of that film are dead. That's a sobering thought for you. Ladybugs 2 is just not going to happen.
No, that's bleak.
Let's shut it down now.
Ladybugs 2, a.k.a. Ghostbusters 3.
Thanks for listening to this ramshackle episode. You can find more episodes of the show. That'll be better when we like the games more on iTunes or Stitcher. So you don't miss the next episode. We'll be talking about the 70th ranked game, Populous.
What? Can you believe we've gone through that many so far?
While you're there, don't forget to subscribe, give the show a 5-star rating, write a review, win a coin, win a shitty book. Get 1,000 of them, maybe see one of my ex-girlfriends naked, or I'll at least look for it, and I can't promise I'll find them. I don't even know if they're out there.
This is so not enticing.
No,
You're just squirming out of this. Every episode, you're going to be like, I might look for it.
They're out, it's somewhere. There's somewhere.
In the meantime, you can find quality pornography elsewhere.
Quality. Or shitty pornography somewhere.
You know what? We played a shitty game this week. Maybe you should watch some shitty pornography this week.
Preferably playing this game while watching shitty pornography.
Just do a search for Carlos Ortega on Pornhub. See where that gets you. Don't worry. We will be back next week if you haven't already unsubscribed. In the meantime, if you can't wait for more TADPOG, you can find us at tadpog.com. That's where all the show notes are. They flourish there. You can click on links everywhere all day long. Or you can go to facebook.com/tadpog and get in on the conversation that's going on. See the musical art that we know was posted last week. Amongst many other things. Tyler, our intro song and technically our outro song is called Moves. It is by, I believe, a Scottish gentleman named Sycamore Drive. His parents were very liberal. A link to that track can be found on tadpog.com.
I think Ivan Kilbasa is a porn star. That makes the most sense. For shitty pornography, Ivan Kilbasa.
Kilbasa. Ironically, smallest dick in the business. That's the show. A track.
Mr. Mrs. Drive.
Mr. Mrs. Oak and Maple.
That only makes sense.
A track to that. God damn it. That could be the stinger. Nicole will laugh.
Yep.